What is good, guys and girls of YouTube? It is me, Justin Omoe, here with the video for you guys and girls about DAW terminology, meaning what is this thing that is in this music program mean? It's terms. So today I'm going to talk to you guys and girls about input, or not input, but volume and gain. These are two things that people really are like, what's the difference? Because sometimes you see the word volume, other times you see the word gain. You plug in your microphone that says gain on it. Why doesn't it say volume? This says volume. That says volume. But it doesn't say gain. Why? Well, this is the differences between volume and gain. Volume is something that is controlled after a signal is processed. After a signal is going outwards. That's why they call it volume faders and not gain faders. That sounds cool though, gain faders. So let's say, like for instance, again on this guitar, we have a signal. Alright, our signal is actually these little pickups, the magnets. These are picking up the signal. The signal is these sounds. Once the signal is already picked up, it's being processed. So it's gonna go through the tones, the tone knobs. There's two of them, one for like bass, one for treble. And then there's a knob that selects, which style do you want. You want that bassy bass or you want that high-end crisp feel. After those are processed, it's going to go into the volume cap, and then you will be able to, output your signal's volume. And from there, we could plug this into, say, an amplifier. This one right here is called Behringer. Guess what type of knob it has? Does it have volume or does it have gain? I'm gonna wait for it. The answer is volume. Surprising, right? Why wouldn't it be gain? Because we're giving a signal into the amplifier. Well, the amplifier is meant to amplify the volume, to raise the volume, make it louder. You don't really use an amplifier on the gain. You use amplifier on the volume. So yes, this has instrument 1 volume, instrument 2 volume, and then it has 3 equalizers. So as you would think, it would first go into the input, and then it'll go into the equalizers, the high, the mid, the low. Then it'll go into the volume. And then after the volume, it's going to be processed out of the speaker. Power! Make sure the volumes are all the way down first before you cop any popping. Then I'm gonna take my guitar cable, plug it into my guitar. Cool. So if I pluck a signal, that's from the guitar. The input volume is on 0. So if we have 0 volume, we won't be able to hear our signal. So let's raise this up. Still nothing. That's because the volume for this one is not up. So if you hear that, and then if we add some, like tone, and then we EQ, know that I said the word tone and not equalizing. This is the EQ, low, mid, high. Tone is the timbre. I'll probably go after that, in the next one. So yes, notice that the sounds are being raised with the amplifier via, let me see if I can do this, the volume. That is volume. Let's talk about gain. Now, like I said, gain is something that you'll see on your audio interface. It won't say volume, it'll say gain. Now, what is gain? I'm glad you asked. So if we look at our audio interface, it says gain 1, gain 2. Now, this doesn't say volume on it. So what's the deal? Well, because volume is the control of the level, the sound, after the signal is processed, you could probably guess that gain is the control of the signal that actually goes in. So this is before you put the signal into whatever is being processed. For the guitar, it was the timbre, the output for the jack. For this is going in. Okay, our microphone is going in, and then it's controlling the signal before it goes into the computer. So yes, this is more of a gain and not a volume situation. So the same thing we said with the right? This one has the instrument volume. Instrument volume 1, instrument volume 2, as well as the EQs. Again, the signal's going in, and then it's going through the EQs, and then after it's going through the volume, and then it's going to our output, which is the speaker that's down here. It's like there. All right, so let's show you what gain really does. So like I said, it controls the amount of the input. It strengthens the input before it goes into the computer. It goes into the next signal process. So yes, right here I have the guitar cable. I'm going to plug it in. All right, and now I'm going to plug it. Right, I'm gonna put the volume up. Cool. Right now my volume is at level, I believe level 5, right? Cool. So what I'm going to do, because there is a gain knob, is that I'm going to raise it, and when I raise it, you can see the way it distorts the sound. Alright, so if you see at the right side, you'll see the oscilloscope. Man, how do you say that name? Oscilloscope. Stupid words. So yes, notice how it's low, right? If I raise the gain, you will notice it gets really loud, and then you'll see square-like shapes. That's called distortion clipping. So let me do that. Cool. You might hear all these weird noises. That's from the actual sound of the guitar, the chips, because it's giving power. So yes, notice when I raise it even more, it's going to go out of control. So did you see those little squares? That's what it does. It controls the input. Now let's say we do the same thing. We have this, right? But let's say we want to raise the volume fader. Alright, let me see if I could get it to a point where it's almost distorting. Alright, now what I did here is raise the gain up to a level where it would almost clip, not almost, but it's like right at the edge. So let me see if I could play one. Yeah, it barely tickles like the 0 dB line. What I'm going to do is raise the volume so you can see something. Now take a look over here at the oscilloscope. Notice the peaks when it goes above. See if it squares off or not. Ready? Let me see if I could do it even slower. Well, of the visual. A little bit. Yeah. Okay, ready? Cool. Let me just turn this down. As you've seen with the oscilloscope, when we raise the volume fader, the sounds do not square off. That is something to take into consideration when it comes to volume. Because volume is not the signal input, it's the signal's output. It does not distort the sound. It sounds crazy to say that, but, it's true. That does not mean to boost it up till it's over 0 decibels, because that's still bad. Keep yourself within the limitations. But yes, that is what it is with the with the gain. So let's say we do the same thing with our vocals because it might be something easier to understand. All right, right here I have my vocal, my microphone. Yo. I got hiccups. Yo.
Okay, cool. You can see it with the oscilloscope as well. Yo. If we raise the gain knob, you're going to see it's going to distort. Yo. So as you've seen there, is squared up. Let's say yow. Okay, cool. Let's do the same thing, but with the volume fader now. Yow. All right. And notice that did not square off as well.
I'm going to just turn these off. So yes, that is what thing is. Gain is and volume. That's the difference between them. Hopefully you guys and girls learn about that. Matter of fact, one more thing. So if we put in a compressor, notice it says the word gain on it. It doesn't say volume. The reason being is because it's still going into a signal. This is one effect slot going into the next one. It's going through all 10 until it goes into the final output of the mixer, which is the volume fader. And then from there, that is being routed into the master track. So that signal is going into the master. So yes, hopefully you guys and girls understand that. My name is Justin Omoe. Be sure to subscribe if you want to stick around and see more DAW terminology and learn up more. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And yeah, my name is Justin Omoe. Again, thank you for watching and peace.